Welcome back to part 2 of Banjo Rhythm Basics. In part 1 we covered the forward roll and the backward roll, two fundamental type rolls that you see a lot in bluegrass. The forward roll a whole lot more than the backward roll, but when you get those two together you have the forward reverse roll, which we'll try to get to this video as well. But we left off with the square roll or alternating thumb roll. And what happens when you go to an alternating thumb roll, which is 3-2-5-1, 4-2-5-1 as an example, you're playing all 5 strings. So we can't really get away with partial chords usually, like we did in the first video there. 1-fingered chords, 2-fingered chords, unless the full chord is only 2 fingers. Let's take a look at how the basic alternating thumb roll, square roll, sets up with the rhythm guitar. The count is going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. As I said in the first video, you want to know where the 1 beat is. In this case, you're going to start on the 3rd string. It's a G string and you're playing a G chord, so that's going to be the root. It's going to work. So you're listening for the boom, chuck of the guitar. And when the guitar hits that low boom, which is a low G note, that's when you come in with your G. And you're going to play 8th notes, which means you're playing while the guitar is doing the boom chuck. Goes like this. Let's try it with the C chord. We're going to make a 3-fingered C chord. If you're not sure how that goes, it's a ring finger on the 1st string, 2nd fret, index finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret, and middle finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret. We're going to play the same roll. It's going to sound like this. And we're going to do that with our guitar now. Finally, let's talk about the D chord. As I've said before, the D chord, when you're playing in the key of G, can often be substituted with a D7th chord. If you don't have the full D chord ready yet, which is a bar chord, then I would suggest going with the D7th, which is index finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret, and middle finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. That's an easy way to get around the 4-finger D chord. As long as you're in the key of G, it will work most of the time. Sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or with the guitar. If you want to play a D chord, that's fine. My personal preference when I'm playing the D in the open position is to not use a full 4-fingered bar chord. Because if you leave the ring finger off this bar chord, and I have the pinky on the 1st string, 4th fret, middle finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and index finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, I'm leaving the 4th string open because that's a D note. And it might sound really good to lead with a D note over a D chord. So you could actually go for your D chord. And what I'm doing there with the picking hand, I'm changing it up a little bit. I'm going 4-2-5-1, 3-2-5-1. All you're doing is taking the first 4 that we were using before, 3-2-5-1, and the second 4, 4, 2, 5, 1, and switching them so that the fourth string is the first note that you hit. Another roll that works great in the key of G especially is this forward reverse roll. Now, we worked on the forward roll and the backward roll last video. If you've practiced those, you'll be ready for the forward reverse roll, sometimes called the forward backward roll as well. And the way I like to play that for a G chord anyway is going to be 3, 2, 1, 5. Then you do the backward part of it, 1, 2, 3. So you put it together and you have... Let's hear what it sounds like with the guitar. Now let's try it with the C chord. You've got some options here. If we just go 3, 2, 1, 5, 1, 2, 3, like we've been doing, you can go back to this partial C here again. You don't need to fret the fourth string, second fret. If you want to get that in as a bass note to make a fuller kind of sounding roll, you can do that. But let's try it with just the partial C. So we're going to go 3, 2, 1, 5, 1, 2, 3 while holding down the C chord. Sounds like this. For the D chord, we can use a D7th. Or if you'd like, the 3-fingered D chord. Now let's try putting them all together. We'll use our song Blue Ridge Cabin Home and play along with the guitar track here. Blue Ridge Cabin Home. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've got 4 different rolls here to work on. There aren't a whole lot of other rolls in bluegrass music. There are a lot of different ways to combine these rolls and fill them in with melody notes, but that's not what we're after here. In a jam, you can often just roll through a break. You could do something like Boil Them Cabbage just by going... That's just a forward reverse roll, putting the partial chords over it, and that's not a bad break for starters. Remember, when you're jamming, it's very important to just, if it's going too fast for you or you don't know the chords, you can always go back to the chuck. The boom chuck is what the guitar is playing. If you just play with the chuck and mute your strings, you can even use just one finger. Just place your hand up here around the 20th fret or so and practice rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you might think initially, well, that's not really playing banjo. Well, you're not playing notes, but you are developing a very good sense of timing with your picking hand. And that's what I see a lot of beginner students struggle with, is the timing. A lot of players can play through these breaks, fancy breaks up and down the neck, but if your timing is not perfect, if it's moving in and out with the tempo, you're going to get lost and it's not going to sound good. So there's nothing wrong with sitting there working on your timing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Throw a metronome on there and start slow. Just count 1, 2, 3, 4 and go ahead and chuck on 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All you need is one finger. You can use two if you want. You can use your index and middle on the first strings here. Try to get it right on the click. You can change the tempos here and there. Notice the click, I'm doing every other click. And you want to be counting in your head or out loud is even better. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you are chucking on the 2 and the 4. I've got a few more videos I'm planning on putting out with this banjo rhythm basics because there's all kinds of songs we can apply these to, different tempos, and you can even mix the rolls up a little bit. For now, just keep working on that forward roll, that backward roll, the forward reverse, and the alternating thumb roll or square roll. And you can get Strum Machine, use your own kind of metronome, but I wanted to show you in this video visually how that locks in with the guitar. And I hope this will help you when you're playing to really get your timing tight. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.